everyone, this is Greyshot once. I'm bringing you another COH2 a replay. This one is a 2v2 on Hurtgen Forest. Finally, something else other than your typical normal assortment of 2v2 maps that I typically get, like Crossing in the Woods or something like that. Thank you. In any case, the second Hungarian army with Cat is on the Axis team, with Ritz and Whisper on the Allied team. Second Hungarian Army's person who submitted this, thank you so very much. If you want to make your own replay, go to my Gmail or Facebook, send it to me, and I will take a look. Remember, if you don't know how, you can search up how to send a CH2 replay on my channel, and I will take a look. I also want to thank some Patreon supporters, like Ace, like Aaron, like Nick, like Leo, like Tim, just all you guys so much for your awesome support. Like, seriously. Thank you, and thank you to all Patreon supporters who support me and support Greyshot Productions. Thank you so very much. I'm a very I try to be a very thankful person overall, and just that blows my mind, the fact like you guys are supporting me. And again, like other contributors as well that support me out of the past, like Cedar and like Sean and everyone else, Lobo, and everybody who's just supported me in the past. Thank you guys. Like, seriously, it helps me out a great deal. So thank you so much, seriously. But in any case, enough of that. Let's get to this game, shall we? Now, this map, I'll be honest, haven't seen this map in a while, and I'm actually thankful, because you have this awesome, like, trench warfare over here. Reminds me of, like, a World War I battlefield. Little trenches everywhere, busted up tanks. Yeah, sure, maybe not as prevalent in World War I, but, you know, still, like, charred trees and, well, artillery shells, or, I guess, like, pretty much, explosions lying the ground. Pretty much reminiscent of World War I. You have, like, this really cool, like, pretty much mainly it's just infantry focused area over in this region. There's all these little paths and everything to get around. Sure, you can eventually rush some armor, but that being said, typically you'll see a few more paths over here, and then you have this wide open like sawmill area, which provides some great cover. Now again, with that, the riflemen are gonna own, and nice job Ritz going heavy cavalry. We also have Cat going spearhead, so overall, nice supportive abilities, and Ritz bringing in some heavy infantry and heavy armor. We'll see how that works. Second Hungarian, what's your plan right now? So we have some Volk squads pushing in. Stern Pioneers closing the gap, very nice. And nice job flanking them while out of cover. Moving on in, trying to close the gap. Volk squads doing an awesome flank. Very nice job, because again, you flank them, that kind of removes the cover bonus. Stern Pioneers closing the gap, while Volk squads closing in to help pick them off. Soviet player on the retreat. Now, I will say it looks like the Axis were small, just ever so slightly worse in overall playtime. So, again, nice job in that regard. Pushing him back, because technically I would assume that he would probably be, like, if I had to guess the Allies or Axis, I'll probably say the Allied have probably a little bit more play experience, which might help them out. Let's see what you end up doing. I would place a mine right here if I were you. Because that way, oh, okay, you're placing a mine there. That's actually pretty good right on the road. Looks like the Soviet player pretty much got pushed back. He did put a medical, so he will heal his guys, and he does have an MG. Second Hungarian went Luftwaffe ground forces. Again, nice little defensive bonuses with, like, you can put steel traps. You can also put the flak emplacement, which is actually really good. Better than how it used to be. Fallschirmjägers are also really good of just helping kill infantry, and the rest of it's actually pretty good. I actually just played a game with, who was it? Matthias and Jimmy. They were versing us. Unfortunately, they dominated us, but it was still a really good game. And again, glad to be like, oh, playing a random 3v3. Oh, ran to them. But, or was it Jimmy used the Luftwaffe ground forces. And if you blob with this using also Valiant Assault, by God, is that a good combo. It just makes him very annoying. Similar to, like, the German troop with counterattacks. It's very similar to that. Whisper went shock rifle. Again, more common. Soviet doctrine with pretty much an IS-2, KV. Good anti-infantry all around and some good anti-armor with the IS-2. But really designed for anti-infantry purpose. This one's more like, once again, probably more designed against anti-infantry and also getting past defenses. As you can see here with the flank position. Again, good for defense, offense purposes, especially with combined arms. Pretty much just holding a little bit of territory and then advancing with most of this stuff. So pretty good combo against this. Probably not a super anti-armor, but you combine a Jackson and SU-85, and it's pretty much good with either of these two. These are good supportive for like anti-infantry, recon, like help keeping armor alive, anti-infantry. So overall, pretty much all balanced here. In this one, I would probably say more really defensive with the well, you got defensive, you got some recon, good anti-infantry, good pretty much more anti-infantry or just really good boosting in armor. Nice mine placement, by the way, and a flamethrower on there. Also really good anti-armor and anti-infantry, along with some supportive with killing the Fallschirmjägers. So overall, really nice doctrines all around. Not something super against one thing, but just all around pretty damn good. Any case, let's get back. So we have Kate pushing back on right. Looks like we have some mines over here. The M5 mine, so yeah, we already have some mines being placed. Okay, probably minesweepers might help. Where is that? Oh, there's the ambulance. I thought I heard it somewhere. But yeah, maybe a forward base over here that they can try to heal the American infantry. Nice position, by the way. You could also lock this area down with some barbed wire if you want to stop them from coming up. Or put a fighting position right here and just kind of stop them as well. Because it would be very difficult to... I guess you can maneuver a T-gun, but the hill difference might make it very difficult to hit it. Nice job with the mine, not knocking them off. And remember, they can lay down mines with this doctrine, which really does help. Once again, we have 2 Grenadiers and a scout car, so I expect some type of major push coming in. They could try to pick off the American infantry there, but if they come on a run up here and kind of heal with the ambulance, they should be relatively fine. Back on left, we have a major counterattack. We had MG34, support gun, some Volk squads pushing on in. Have you placed a medical? Okay, you have. And it's actually back at base. Not a bad idea. Again, you probably were like, okay, forward position, not a great idea. Let's just keep it back. I saw smoke. Okay, nice. They used smoke to get the American infantry out of there, make sure they didn't die. Right now, the Allies are winning. The Axis need to gain some territory. Support gun getting a nice shot, but the conscripts are like, yeah, we're going to move from that spot. Most likely, we're going to get destroyed on. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Volk squad's doing a good job with their SCG-44s and pushing back the engineer squad with the flamethrower. MG, though, locking them down so the Stern Pioneers can't advance. They could probably advance if they use some smoke. Probably drop it right here, stop them from getting close. But that being said, with penal troops, that's going to make it more difficult because, again, if they equip that with the AT, they'll essentially make sure that anyone that gets close to get through satchel charges, or if the armor comes in, they can throw special rounds that knocks it down. Scout car moving on in, just demolishing the American player. Fighting position being torn apart. I get what you're doing with the echelon, like just get in there, maybe fire a grenade or something, but it's, yeah, unfortunately that scout car is going to take quite a bit to take down. Luckily you have this half track. You're going to have to turn it around though to be really effective. Looks like you're doing just that. Oh my god, you need to fire those armor piercing rounds. You're advancing forward, you need to advance backwards with this. You absolutely have to go face backwards, because if you charge head on with that, it's going to do nothing, and that scout car will kill you. The scout car's main gun is enough to where it can destroy that half track, because it is a lighter vehicle, and the scout car's auto guns are more than capable of it. This thing's guns on the back will easily kill the scout car faster than the scout car can kill this. But if the scout car can use its maneuverability to get in front of it to make sure the rounds don't hit and stay in that like cone where they can't fire, then you got yourself a good match and the scout car can win. But once again, it has to stay in front of it, and it has to make sure it can keep maneuverability high so that way it can keep staying in front of it and keep firing upon it until it dies. So like I said, it's a risky gamble, but I've seen players do it, and it's actually pretty damn good. My cat just jumped next to me. I'm like, hey, cat. And she just instantly ran away. It's like, I'm not going to hug you. You're fine. Apparently, I give my cat too many hugs where it has PTSD every time I say. If I say, hey, cat, do you want a hug? She instantly recognizes it and goes to run. And she usually runs. But she runs to her cat tree, which is 6 feet high. So I can easily just pick her up and just give her a hug. It's great. Anyway, mortar team coming down. Grenadier squad again. Right there. Throwing a grenade, though, from that lieutenant. Oh, great hit. Oh, my God. Run. Run. Oh, damn it. He focused fire. Knocked it out. Scout car moving on up, but being torn apart by that half track. Oh, God damn. Again, the AA gun on that thing is nothing to sneeze at. And, yeah, they're going to fall back. Mortar, again, the mortar is coming for the mortar half track, and they can do pretty well. That being said, all those riflemen have now been equipped with bars and bazookas, respectively, which increases their fighting power. They also have rangers now on this side, a new fighting position. Yeah, this American player is not only going to lock this area down. Oh, good mortar hit, though. That at least the lieutenant will have to fall back. But most likely, this German player is going to be pushed back across the river. Like, this German player needs to place a defensive line of some kind here. Though, at least he did take over this point, and he put an MG here to make sure they can't come get it back. It might be a little difficult for the half-track to maneuver its way through this forest as well. So it should be a little bit of time before that they have to worry about it. If this thing could also get armor-piercing rounds, it could easily take out that half-track. But once again, I think it will take some time. American infantry doing a weird thing by not capturing territory. Because right now, all the territory is currently going to the Germans. The Germans easily are getting more fuel and more munitions. I wonder if he's just trying to encircle that MG. If so, that's fine. It's just a weird maneuver, in my opinion. It's just very weird. I wonder if he's trying to go for caches or something. Yeah, it's if I was this MG, I mean, like, they probably can see him moving because he decapped that point. But I would have maneuvered the MG to face this way, and you could have easily suppressed it too. Half track moving on up, maybe getting a nice shot on this. Most of their forces are back over here. It's stunning that they haven't tried to capture that territory. MG retreating. Once again, I would have maneuvered it. We have some Volk squads lying in wait. Shock troops now deployed. With penal troops with PTRS rifles. Okay, they are advancing. Nice mine, though. Stop them. You know they're coming. SCG-4... And no, that's the Volk squads. Sturm Pioneers moving on in to do close range against them. I think SCG-44 was a time. Oh, there they are. Volk squad's moving on in. We still have the MG over here. Luke's, though, nice light tank, moving on in to help. Half-track might have to redeploy over here, and if it uses the special rounds on it, it can't hurt it. Though I think the Lukes would have advantage because there's better armor. And the bullets wouldn't do all that much. Nice rifle grenade, getting an excellent kill. But Rifleman still able to hold the line and pretty much keep that point under their control, if not for just a little bit longer. I can see what they're trying to do, trying to decap all this territory in an effort to make sure the enemy doesn't get resources. But like I said, I don't think it's going to work. Oh no, T-70 versus the Lukes. Okay, here's the problem with this. The T-70's gun is more designed for fighting like all-purpose. The Lukes is pretty much designed for anti-infantry. That's all it's good for. Like, I get, yes, its gun will hurt the T-70, but the Lukes itself, it's not designed to fight that. Like the Stuart as well. Its main purpose, killing infantry left and right. And yes, some light armor. The T-70 though, it has some. Yes, it's not like scout car armor. It actually has tank armor, so it makes it immune to bullets. So yeah, the Lukes is gonna have a way harder time hurting that thing. But once again, I don't think it was really that much of a concern because again, at least he forced it to retreat and he was able to get there in one piece. So that's pretty good. If he can get up to vet 2 and just keep vetting it up, then the Lukes can become even better, and maybe then it can fight the T-70. Because again, we have better maneuverability, so you can go faster, rate of fire. Elite crews extend the range of the main guns. You can kind of keep firing upon from multiple angles and suppressive fire. Sure, it's not going to do a ton versus the T-70, but hell, you could do something. Unfortunately, though, while this thing is still healing from the base, that T-70 is coming back. And with a full army to boot. And this guy is kind of blobbing a little bit. Just a little bit. Nice mine placement. I'm assuming you place some mines. Him blobbing will work. There we go. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, come on, that mine did detonate. I had a goddamn No, was it T-70? Oh god, what was? I think it was a T-70. Go by a teller mine. I'm like, why didn't you blow up? Because literally it went right over and didn't blow up. Meanwhile, American forces. Oh my god, fighting on left, getting hit by a mortar. Nice mortar half-track. This thing is doing work. 9 kills, but every time I see it, it's getting like great hits. Anyway, MG opening fire, armor-piercing rounds is where you probably want to go. Though too many units opening fire with an MG, this thing is probably going to need to retreat. It is suppressing them, but yeah, you should have retreated. Volk squad still lying in wait. Nice mine. Once again, excellent mine placement. I like how you put it so far in advance that when they came in, they lost a good chunk of their army before even getting there. So that really diminished their firepower. Now, you do need to focus on these penal troops with the Lukes, because otherwise the PTRS rifles will damage that. Or just have the Volk squads open fire, and then move on up with the Lukes against this MG, and you got that. You got this win. You got this fight. Absolutely. We got a satchel going in, I guess trying to clear up the barbed wire, which is weird, because again, he easily was able to go around it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he wasn't. He had to go here and threw the satchel on it. Okay. Never mind. God damn it. I love this. Combat mode. He literally switched to recon mode, so it's just watching it. It's like, no. Oh, damn. The mortar hit the Lukes. T-70 hitting it, though. Retreat. He still has this thing here, and he has additional... Oh, Verkenwerfer moving up, and a Stuka. So that should help with the defenses over here. Verkenwerfer moving on in. Oh, come on, fire. Yes. Beautiful hit on the T-70. Come on, can we get a second? Yep, we're probably going to get a second hit. T-70 needs to fall back immediately if it wants to live. And that should at least give the Germans a little bit of confidence. Because, once again, the MG's still here. And yes, the Soviet player will come back with a full army. But if that Stuka can get an excellent hit and at least knock out the MG or maybe cause some more damage, I'm assuming it's just going to hit the MG. Alright, kind of missed the MG, but at least he'll force it to retreat. Then the German player at least successfully held this territory, so good job for him. Oh, we got a second T-70? That's a bit ballsy. Because really, you just want one, in my opinion. You just want one, and then you want to kind of focus on like SC-76 or something. Ha, that's hilarious. We have a goddamn AA half-track versing a more armored anti-air gun, aka the Ostwind. This thing has pretty much a Panzer IV's hull, except the main gun that's designed to shoot down planes instead of armored units. But it's also really good against light vehicles and infantry. We have a recon plane going out. Ostwind just firing some long-range peppered shots at some riflemen. Again, they're on negative cover, so yeah, it's going to do quite a bit. And they're going to keep grouping up, too. Sure, they have bazookas, and that Ostwind can't fight that for under long periods of time. But if it can just keep hurting that infantry, then maybe it doesn't have to. Pioneers moving on in to help kill some units. Oh, can we... Yep, we got a kill on the rifleman squad. And the squads are being pushed back. Beautiful job with that Ostwind. How many kills? 8 kills. And Vet 1. Good job on that part. T-70 going around, but I think he forgot about the Volk squads. Oh, come on, Volk squad. You need to get in there. You need to get back. Panzerfaust. Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to say, there's Panzerfaust. Yeah, you want to retreat that. I like how he's just keeping this unit in heavy cover, at least. If he's going to have it focus elsewhere. Oh, you missed. Oh, firing rear shots with the Lukes. You did lose Verkenwerfer, though. But the good news is the Luke should be able to kill most of this infantry. Again, this unit right in heavy cover, just holding its own for as long as possible. We have a satchel going off. Did cripple the Lukes. Luke's now 2 stars. SD... Oh, damn it. Even with the SDG-484s, they weren't able to kill that Penal. And the Penal, with its PTR's rifles, was able to knock out the Lukes. Oh, nice. Panzerfaust, though, kills the T-70. So nice even exchange. We do have a lot of infantry being falling back, and the Soviets still was a fighting force. So I guess you could say it was a Soviet victory. But I look at overall pop cap, and I can easily see the Germans have a way larger army. The Allies are just losing way too much. They do have all players, except for Whisper, has actually a decent amount of manpower in reserve, though. So I'm assuming they're saving up for like a Sherman. Let's see. We have 2nd Hungarian with mechanized and battle groups. So I'm assuming he's going to probably get a Panzer headquarters. Cat has 2 Ostwinds, which I guess is his designation would be trying to kill a lot of the infantry, which I guess is fine. The problem is what happens when a Sherman comes out. Okay. Oh, you do have a Panzerschreck group. Ostwind having some issues. Maybe we use the Grenadiers to open fire on the infantry, kind of save this thing. You can easily use the Panzer Grenadiers to kill it, don't get me wrong. But right now you need to focus on that shit before you worry about that cash. Alright, Germans are changing their direction of their assault and seems to be doing wonders in killing the infantry. So nice job, Cat. You're managing to push them back. We have a recon plane going overhead, dropping smoke on that position. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's a smoke pass, not just a recon. Oh, but the problem is, even with, they're going to fall back their units, and the Stuka's probably going to miss. Yep. Oh, well. Now, again, the Germans actually capturing the territory, and they're capturing a key point to decap the enemy's resource line. So, with this supply line, they're not going to be able to get any of these resources on the far left. So, good job with them. Again, good job, Cat. Again, you know how to move up and capture territory. The other guy, this rifleman player, I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry, American player. Look, Ritz could easily move up with this major. I think there might be a minefield, but I don't... Oh, there it is. I was like, if you see this sign, you know there's a minefield there. So, yeah, be very, very worried. But anyway, he's possibly going to move up. The one thing, though, is that he has the Seizing of Jackson. And that Jackson, if used correctly, could annihilate these Ostwinds. And then with the limited firepower he has with the infantry, maybe slowly push up and retake his side. Meanwhile, let's see. We have an Oswin under repairs. Stuka on standby. Do we have a headquarters building going up? All right, we do. And it's a little farther back. And I like this position. I do. Because right now this position is far enough back where I don't think he has to worry about a huge assault. Because I don't think the Allies have ever gotten to this point yet. The Soviet player, I don't recall, has gone to this point. But on the flip side, even if he does somehow manage to get past this battleground, which has been basically in this set area over here, even if he gets through that, nice grenade, the headquarters should delay them, at least for a little bit longer. So, support gun opening fire. Also, again, remember, it'll protect some of the more vulnerable units, like support gun and Stuka from infantry assaults. Shock troops moving on in. Volk squad's trying to take him out, but again, shock troops use their... wow, okay, they're retreating. You figure they would focus fire and knock out these Volk squads, but no. Nice support gun shot. Penal troops are very close to dying. Flamethrower, though, pushing back the Stern Pioneers. Nice job getting cover. I like how you constantly use cover. Again, a lot of people don't. But again, using that trench, use it to your advantage, and by God, you are. Unfortunately, though, the retreat path is making them take the long way around instead of just going... Wait, can you go out that way? No, I guess you couldn't. Stuka firing, though, close range. Can we get some good hits? No. A little bit on that MG. A little bit, but nothing major. Infantry, though, pushing on up. Volk squad on standby to help provide some defensive cover. Headquarters, though, focusing on the shock troops and that infantry. Oh, nice kill. And pushes them back. Nice. Exactly what you need to do. You probably didn't need to use the fire grenade. But, again, excellent job putting the headquarters building because that just stopped the infantry. And they weren't able to take anything else. I think you probably could have moved up the... Oh, no, there was an MG there. You would have had to retreat it anyway. So, let's see. It looks like the American player was able to push on left and retake his side. I'm assuming the Austrians had to fall back. And, yeah, most of the infantry had to fall back as well. But, again, the Axis have a good amount of manpower. And so do the Allies now. So... Let's see. We have a T-34 being deployed, just a 76 variant with this doctrine, not the 85. So that could help. The problem is for Canwerfer, I feel like with that in the Volk squads, the T-34 might not be as effective in these like kind of more bottlenecked areas. Because again, it can't go this way, so it's essentially going down this small path. Yes, it could flank this way, but I think you've placed mines over here, so you're gonna see it coming. Actually, I think that was Soviet players also placed them. Yep, Soviet players also placed some mines. Very cool. But anyway, both sides placed mines, so I doubt a flank by either party on the right would be effective. But the one thing I will say is right now the Allies are getting a lot more fuel. The Axis are getting more munitions. Allies are getting more fuel. Axis, though, are winning by objective points. So, Allies need to retake mid. And so far, I really... no infantry from the from the Soviet player or the American player heading to that point. So it's gonna be a little while. We have a Stug. I'm assuming that's gonna help counteract the what is it called? The Jackson. It may not be amazing versing a Jackson, but combine that with the Panzer Grenadiers, and I think you have enough anti-armor. I'm going on a limb and saying that. Meanwhile, we have another Allied push. Looks like this is a large one. With pretty much everything he has. Again, the Stuka bomb could be very... Stuka bomb firing. If he goes this way, it could be extremely effective. Oh my god! Again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Frag bomb by Cat. Cat seeing a golden opportunity and just wipes out a majority of the Soviet army. Why you don't blob, people? Why you don't blob? That being said, everything's on fire over here. So the Germans do have to retreat their front positions for the most part. I'm assuming he's going to fire a Panzerfaust, but he could lose this unit. It's going to be very close. He probably... Oh my god. He's very lucky that thing survived. Anyway, American forces at least taking mid. Unfortunately, there is a issue with some mines, but I'm assuming what he might do is charge all of his units head on into the point. Instead of just one rear echelon unit. Okay, cool. Alright, meanwhile we have a Sherman over here. So at least the American player has a decent fighting force. The problem is, this German player's coming in with his kind of blob-esque tactic, kind of like what Whisper did. On the flip side, I don't think... Like, yeah, you could call down fire over here, which would be really effective if he moved up all his forces here. And he did to kind of... Yeah, and he's blocked this point. So, huh. That would make it very annoying. We have a recon plane going overhead. Oswin knocking out the cache. Jackson opening fire. Stu needs to move on up, and it is with the Panzer Grenadiers. Hey Sherman, I think that thing's gonna need some help. Oh boy, nice shot. Panzer Grenadiers all opening fire, but the stump is in the way. Wow, that's a lucky he's so lucky that stump was there. For a second, I'm like, the Duke blew up? No, he just ran over a dead carcass. This looks like a big battle in mid, but the American forces, nice defensive line. Again, using the heavy cover and long range to advance. Rangers keeping themselves close to the front so they can pop up and get close to try to knock out the enemy with their Thompsons. Not bad. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, yeah, they weren't that effective in overall fighting force because, again, they were at half. They had about half their health and probably only 3 men. So, yeah, they ran up. Didn't get great cover, and the Volk squad just tore them down. So, that's an issue. Let's see. It looks like they're going to capture all these points. We have, they can capture this territory, which would be good. Stuka Bomb doing a nice barrage. Should be able to push their forces back. Panther's now deployed. I don't think the Soviet player has really anything to stop that. He doesn't have the fuel. He got Katusha, which might be at risk in the Panther, which is hitting this key point, so I'm not going to diminish the Katusha. That's actually a good move, because again, he needs his own artillery. Unfortunately, though, they're just going to fall back and heal, but... Wow, that's only has 6 kills. Not great. Not great. The Allies did take mid, but unfortunately, they're losing on the flanks. And right now, that also means that they're losing their fuel, which is not helpful when you really need that heavy armor. Because both of them want that heavy armor, and neither of them can afford it. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's kind of one of those bad situations. This guy's going really defensive over here, so I don't think the Soviet player... Or, sorry, even with the Soviet player coming over here to assist the American player, I don't think they're going to bust through. Yeah. Oh, if you don't know, I flub a lot. So, if this is your first UH3 replay with me, hey, I flub. Deal with it. I'm sorry. Anyway, we have a Tiger tank being deployed, so with that... And it looks like he may have run over some things on his way here, so he might be a little bit angry. But in any case, yeah, this American player is going to need to pull out all the stops to beat this defensive line. The Oswins will great against infantry. You still have the Panzer Grenadiers going against armor. It's going to be a hell of a fight. The Stug's also coming back up. And again, you have the half-track here as well. Provide mortar coverage. Just Cat has a full army. Cat is, like, ready to go. Now, the American player could launch a surprise. That being said, I think that surprise would have been better with a bazooka group against that Oswin. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, Jackson opening fire against infantry, not armor, and about to be slaughtered. Woo, good airtime. Good airtime as always, American player. Good airtime. AT gun now to assist. So that's actually a good idea. Stuka hitting his own units. The fuck? Ritz has left. So the American player again losing majority of his fighting force has decided, yeah, I'm going to leave. I mean, that makes sense. Fallschirmjäger's going to try to hold this point. Bundle Grenade going to get a couple kills, nothing major. Or just one, it looks like. They're going to recapture this point. Panther's still on standby with the Verkehrwerfer, moving on up to assist. That being said, he really doesn't have to worry about armor. The T-34 can't fight the Panther. It's really just infantry he has to worry about. Katusha, though, is also causing some havoc at that point. It can slowly undermine and destroy that Panzer headquarters under just, like, a long enough time to just keep barraging it without healing. That being said, the Stern Pioneer Squad, every time it looked like the barrage hit, would heal. So it's actually not that bad. It's really not damaged at all. He's getting a second Katusha. I think it's a bad idea. I could see why he's doing it. He's like, okay, I need to kill all the infantry and such. But unfortunately, I feel like it's a little too late. This cat is just moving in and just going to, looks like, overwhelm the American player, who it has become an AI, but it's just, yeah, doing a nice pincer move. Just flanking around and just destroying this army. The Sherman is now behind, well, in German lines. They also have another Sherman over here, but I doubt it's going to catch any of these Ostwinds. And this Tiger and Stuger going right after that thing. So it's pretty much done for the American player. It's just causing some havoc in the meantime. Meanwhile, what's the Soviet player going to do? That's my biggest question. Is like, will the Soviet player be able to break the Wehrmacht player in time before the, well, cat gets everything together and just decides, yeah, I'm just going to wreck. I'm just going to move over and just wreck Whisper. We'll see. Stuka opening fire, maybe hitting the mortar. We shall see. Yep, going for the mortar. And say goodbye, mortar. And shock troops. So it looks like they both got pushed back, so that's pretty good for the Wehrmacht player. Sherman, it looks like getting a single kill. Oh, I'm sorry. Killing itself is what I meant to say. Yeah, as nothing here has died. It looks like they're going to move on up. I would be very surprised if they don't go for the base. I feel like they could easily attack the base right now. And it would really be nothing stopping. Like, honestly, there's nothing stopping this armored group. Which I do like how it's a convoy. This actually makes me feel like it would be like a German convoy moving on in to attack an American base. So, that's pretty cool. It's like the, was it the OKW trailer that they released? With, like, the Puma convoy and the Stuka attacking the key American position. Like, okay, that was a pretty cool trailer. And that kind of, anyway, that's what I think. So we have Recon going out, so Cat is trying to help out his ally. Nice job killing the T-34. Once again, kind of weird he charged the Panther, but I guess he was trying to get around. But yeah, it's just so clustered right here. It's very hard. Maybe an Su-85 would have been better. Yeah, it looks like the full fighting force over here just easily going to kill this base. And with that, and this guy slowly pushing on in, if this guy can kill the Katyushas, that's GG. Like, the Katyushas are his last hope, and it looks like the Fallschirmjäger squads are just going to easily tear them apart. And you can say, oh, change the MG. The MG is currently pinning those bulk squads. So, yeah, they're gone. That Soviet player has unit has the right idea. Just get the hell out of there. Fallschirmjäger's just demolishing what's left of the Soviet force. Tree flying in the wind. Fire coming down. Fallschirmjäger's retreating. And yeah, I'm gonna fast forward. That's GG. Good job killing the engineer squad. Some forces coming on in, but it's pretty much over. There's nothing they can do. The Soviets are done. So, wow, my God, nice bundle grenade. And trying to kill it while it retreats. But hey, you know what? I'll give it the Whisper. At least he didn't quit out. So what do I think of this game? Second Hungarian and Whisper had a great like constant stalemate back and forth. Really, even at the end, up until like the last 2 minutes, neither side gained a huge advantage over the other, and I like that. It was evenly matched. Probably what sealed the deal was actually like Whisper and Second Hungarian were both good. Ritz, I feel like, was kind of like had good intentions and ideas, but bad like implementation. Like, for example, his attack from behind, smart. Him not capturing territory, maybe kind of stupid. Cat could have done a few things better, like moving around his MG and whatnot, but he kept his armor alive, which is difficult, and also he busted up the American player to the point where he got to their base, and that's even before Ritz quit. So, yeah, pretty good play. I would say Cat was probably the best player out of everybody by far, but again, everyone did pretty damn well, except for Ritz. I'd probably say maybe the weakest. Because again, once again, Jackson that's not focusing on armor. Come on. Probably would have been better if you flanked with 2 units over here, 1 infantry on armor, or did a recon pass so we could tell where everything was. Flank, kind of push back the Oswins, or maybe flank so we could knock out an Oswin with the Jackson on the flank and then move up the Sherman. He kind of moved the Sherman up last. It wasn't with the assault. It was kind of weird. But yeah, second Hungarian got most damage and kills. Kind of makes sense. He was kind of in, like, really just a full-on brawl with the Soviet player, while Cat, don't get me wrong, Cat took less losses, definitely demolished the American player a lot easier, and as you can see here, the Whisper got more damage and more kills than the American player. It was just that, yeah, it wasn't as prolonged fight on the left side than it was on the right. The left, it was usually a decisive battle. The right with the OKW player and the Soviet player was really just neither side could gain, like, move up or move down. It was like right there. They were just constantly fighting each other tooth and nail. So that was a really cool fight. But in any case, that's game. I hope you guys enjoyed this CH2 replay. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content on Greyshot Productions. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot117, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello everyone, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Ollie, Joey, Ace, Aaron, Leo, Nick, and Tim. Thank you for your amazing support, and thank the remaining Patreon supporters for your support as well. But seriously, you guys rocked. It's been Greyshot117, and I'll see you all next time.